If you know at this very moment that your status has not been resolved, you're not a green card holder, you're not a US passport holder, you're not a citizen of the United States. You yourself know that you don't know where you stand, but you are living in the US. This applies to you. Hello guys, welcome back to the Adom show. I'm not going to waste too much time. You know something? I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're heading to the airport. You get down from your Uber or somebody drops you off. You take your bags gently. You're walking through the airport. You approach the check-in counter. You know, as you normally do. You drop your bags. The agent helps you get your boarding pass. You show them your passport. And then you pass through security. You know, that place where they will open your carry-on luggage. You take everything out, the liquids, all that stuff. You're basically in the waiting area, waiting to board your flight. Then 3 or 4 people come behind you, in front of you, and they say, "Come with us," quietly. This is what is happening in US airports as at now. According to recent investigations by the New York Times, this is exactly what is happening in major US airports right now, as at the time of filming today, 30th July 2026. This is happening to foreign nationals currently in the US, according to a new phase of immigration enforcement and crackdowns. Now, let me set it up for you. For those of you watching who don't live in the US or who don't know much about how the US and domestic travel runs. For the longest time, domestic travel does not include immigration. So what I mean by domestic travel is, for example, you're traveling from New York to Maryland. You're traveling from Maryland to North Carolina. You're traveling from North Carolina to Las Vegas. You're traveling from Las Vegas to Washington State. This is considered domestic travel because it's within the confines of the United States. You don't need a passport. Hitherto, all you needed was your license. However, somewhere last year, there was a new rule. Effective May 7, 2025, last year, you needed something called a real ID. The real ID was a more enhanced ID document where you need to submit certain personal documents to show you are legal in order to get the real ID. So right now, you cannot board a domestic flight in the United States with your license anymore. You need a real ID. If you don't have the real ID, you can use other types of documents. You can use your passport, you can use a passport card, you can use an employment authorization card, you can use your green card. There are a few others. Now, because of this, a lot of people travel willy-nilly, back and forth very easily without a pause to think about immigration. So what that means is you can be on work permit, which is the employment authorization. Let's say you live in New York, you work in Georgia, you work with the railway companies, you work in construction, and quite a lot of people do work outside of the states they live in. I have a friend who lived in Ohio, but they work in New York. 3 or 4 months, they stay in New York to work, and then when they get a break or some downtime, they go off to Ohio to go and chill out. So there are lots of people who travel back and forth for work. Africans, Hispanics, Asians, it cuts across. Comfort was that these people had, for example, adjustments of status, and if you watch us, we've discussed adjustments of status. They had processes in place that they were working towards to legalize their stay. So let me give you a scenario. You came to the US in 2019. You came on a 6-month visa. You overstayed. In 2020, somewhere down the line, you met an American, you got married. So now you're trying to adjust your status to become a citizen. Perfectly fine. The process you are in allows you certain immigration benefits. You're able to get a work permit. You're able to work whilst you await the eventual decision on your application. And during that time, you can travel freely back and forth. You can travel. In fact, in some cases, you can even travel outside the United States, but that also has its own attendant risks. So depending on what your unique situation was, it was not advisable. So for many years, people who were traveling between all these states that I've explained traveled with a clear mind that they didn't have to consider immigration. That you don't come across CBP officers at the border. You just get on your flight, you land, you go out. You don't have anybody checking your passport or your ID. No, you just fly back and forth, easy. There's nobody at the arrival airport to check your documents. You just land, you pick your bag. If you don't have a bag, you walk out the airport. That's how simple domestic travel was. Now, this assumption may no longer hold. Now, what is happening is they're arresting people in the airports based on the original stay. They're arresting people regardless of what legal process you have currently pending. According to documents cited by the New York Times in their investigation, ICE is arresting people in airports, foreign nationals who have overstayed their visas. The reports say that the arrests have happened at check-in counters, drop-off counters, security checkpoints, boarding gates, and arrival areas in multiple airports. So, over here, you can actually do cab drop-off where you drop your bag at the entrance to the departure hall. You just drop it off, you get a slip, and then you pick your bag up when you land at your arrival destination. So now they can arrest you there, they can arrest you at the security gate, they can arrest you at the departure gate, they can arrest you at the check-in gate, they can arrest you at the arrival gate. All the major points, even at the baggage collection, they can arrest you there. And the important thing to notice, some of those detained were not accused of violent crimes. There's a video I'll show us of a lady who came to work in the US as an au pair. Some will say nanny. She hasn't got a violent past. She hasn't committed any crimes in the US. However, legitimately, her visa expired about 2 years ago, and she's put in documents, she's put in a process that she's trying to regularize her stay. She was in a queue to board a flight. And when you're about to board the flight attendants will take your boarding pass and then they'll scan it. Apparently, they scanned it and it emitted a beep or a cry. And that's an alert for the ICE people to pounce on you at the airport. So she's basically waiting at the gate to get on the flight, and they took her away. Please watch this.
Chantal, say nothing at all. Offer them nothing, show them nothing.
And furthermore,
yeah, she's right outside the door, Chantal.
And she's right outside, and that's fine. You can. We're gonna close the door.
ICE is here. Help us! Help us! No, don't show me in.
Back up, please.
I don't want to. No, stop.
In a statement, DHS said she overstayed her visa and she remains in ICE custody pending removal proceedings. On Tuesday, a judge granted Rojas release on a $3,000 bond, and she's likely to leave detention by Wednesday. DHS has not disclosed how many people have been detained at airports as overstays under the new initiative. Aliens in our country illegally can no longer fly unless it is out of our country to self-deport, DHS said in a statement. The agency did not confirm the expansion of the program. Well, someone will say, Nana Adom, why are you talking about this? I don't even have to say much. Our channel is primarily meant for the African community. Now let's bring this home. Thousands of Africans living in America came legally. Some came as visitors, some came as workers, some came as students. Different strokes. Some later applied for asylum, some applied for adjustment of status, and other immigration benefits. It goes on and on. Every person's situation is different. If you know at this very moment that your status has not been resolved, you are not a green card holder, you are not a US passport holder, you are not a citizen of the United States. You yourself know that you don't know where you stand, but you are living in the US. This applies to you. It doesn't mean every immigrant will be stopped. It doesn't mean US citizens or lawful permanent residents are being targeted simply for flying. But it does show you that airports have become another place where immigration enforcement may occur for some non-citizens. If at this time your immigration situation is not resolved, or you yourself know deep down that your status, you don't know where you stand, you are not on firm ground, you're on shaky ground, this story applies fully to you. I have friends who are Uber drivers, so they are not necessarily traveling, but let's say you go and drop somebody up at the airport. It applies to you. I have a story of an Indian Uber driver who went to drop off a colleague, not even a passenger, a colleague, a friend. He was not traveling, no. The Indian driver was not traveling. He was on a work permit, what they call EAD, Employment Authorization Document. Right at the airport, some misunderstanding ensued with parking. He got out of his car to try and figure out what the issue was. And these people, they were swarming around, they were walking around. Some are in plain clothes, some are in uniform. So they approached him and asked him what's going on, And I don't know whether it got violent or whether he got excited or, there was a bit of chaos. And he was arrested. And keep in mind this, the way you look Indian, you look black, you look a certain way, there's already a preconception about your status. I'm telling you. Somebody won't tell you. I am telling you. Let's all be honest with ourselves. If you know your unique situation, so don't play certain games. They say play dangerous games, you win dangerous prizes. And there's another one that they say, I won't say that one on air. So my advice first is don't panic. You must have a clear head in order to go through all of this. So don't panic. Calm down. Second thing is, don't believe everything you hear or you read online. Don't let WhatsApp be your resource. Do your own research. You know your unique situation. Do your research. Know what benefits you have. Know your rights. Have your lawyer's number on speed dial. Put your information in the hands of people. Not your personal information, but let people know where you are. Have an emergency contact. Know someone's number off head if necessary. If you have questions about your own immigration status, speak to a qualified lawyer who can advise you. Don't do TikTok and I'm me uncle Nimobi and I'm me auntie say. This is not the time. This is not the weather. This is not the climate. This is not the terrain for that kind of language. Get qualified professionals to give you good, correct information, because right now things are changing on the daily. I know a lot of people are wondering that when the domestic airports become places for immigration enforcement, it's their country. They can adjudicate it however they want. They can manage it however they want. We are just visitors here, no matter what your documents say. The answer I give to them is, this is a new government and they are enforcing laws that have always existed. They're not doing anything new. If we are being very honest, a lot of the things happening now are laws that have been there since at least 20 years. It just needed someone who would have that I don't care attitude, as we call it, I don't care attitude, to come and say, hey, damn the consequences. Excuse me. So there's no really new law. There's no new information. It's just old things that are being enforced. So let's all be careful. The things that we could get away with yesterday, maybe not so much this time. So as my mother would say, if you know, as they say, manage yourself. Don't be all over the place. As my technical drawing teacher will say, don't be all over the place. Once again, thank you so much for all the support. We appreciate every single one of you. Please share this video as far and wide as possible. So you see, be frank, I'm about share into one share. This will help us. So share it far and wide, share it on your statuses, take clips out of the video, post it as sound clips on your TikTok, on your Instagram, on your WhatsApp. Share the link, share the link, share the link. So I'll catch you back on the next video. Don't forget to link up with us on our social media. We are the Nana Adom Show on all platforms. You will not miss us. Catch you on the next video, guys. Thank you. Adom. Bye-bye.